Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. We have a double video feature for you guys tonight. How exciting. First up, we're going to be looking at this Let's Resin 4-in-1 electric resin sanding and polishing machine. You may have already seen this out on Wendy from Toonpish Crafts channel, but I also do want to say Let's Resin have got a seriously comprehensive detailed video on this machine, using it in every possible way you could ever imagine using it. So please check out Let's Resin's YouTube channel for their totally in-depth video. Now, in the box, guys, I was so excited to receive this. If you've been with me a while, you'll know that me and sanding, we're not friends. So anything to take the pressure off, thank you very much. Yes, please, get in my hand. The box comes with quite a few attachments. I was going to show you bit by bit, one by one here, but yeah, it all got a little bit fiddly. So I decided to lay it out. Now you've got a polishing attachment here, which is super cute and all. Wendy from Toonpish Crafts used this in her video. You've then got this gorgeous grinding wheel. This is really heavy. Now I can only liken this to like a pumice stone, but 10 times heavier than a pumice stone. You've then got a larger sanding wheel and a smaller sanding wheel, and you've got the discs that correspond with those. You've also got sponge attachments, so you can either sand hard, so you just put your sanding disc on here for a really firm hard sand, or you can put the foam attachment on to give you more of a gentler, spongy sand, if that makes any sense. Now the machine itself, you can use it both ways, handheld, or you can use it in the machine. I already know, guys. I already know how I'm going to be using this. It comes with suction pads to suck down to your surface. Now, I did remove my silicone mat just to stick it down to my worktop. This is an IKEA kitchen bench that I've got in my craft room. And wow, solid as a rock. Those suction pads do an amazing job. And you can see there, I kind of gave it a bit of a bash and a whack just to show you how much effort it takes to get it off of the table. Now the handheld wand can then lay down flat and clicks into place in the machine, and then you can use it with your kind of like your splatter guard two ways. You can't use these two attachments together. You can use your splatter guard, or you can use this section here, which allows you to butt your piece up to the sanding wheel. Loads of different ways of using this. Again, please check out Let's Resin's video. I will never do a video as amazing and fantastic and detailed as they did. So if you want to know all of the ins and outs, go check them out. All of the attachments just slot on to the wand. You don't have to click, push a button, nothing. They literally slot on, you pull them off. You push them on, you pull them off. Super simple. And they've all got exactly the same. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can hear that through the microphone. That was thunder. Anyway, okay, sorry. Back to the video. Ooh. Okay, large sanding discs. Every grit you can possibly imagine from 60, which is brutal. 60 grit is your brutal grit, guys. That will take your skin off. And then it goes all the way up to 5,000. You would have seen Wendy use this. She went into detail about polishing her resin from pure sanded resin all the way up to super shiny. So again, the wand itself is the engine of the piece. This is the engine of the piece. So you've got 3 different speeds. You can use it plugged in, fully charging in the mains, or you can use it wireless after charging it. If you're using it wireless, the lights will be red. If you're using it fully plugged into the mains, the lights will be green. Again, 3 speeds on each. Now, I already knew exactly how I wanted to use this for the first time. Super easy, slots together. The handheld wand has a groove, and the machine has a divot. So you just literally lay them next to each other. What I did want to try though, what does it feel like on a silicone mat? Because honestly, I work a lot on a silicone mat, and I just really wanted that silicone mat to catch all the debris, to catch all the dirt, you know? And it suctions down to my black silicone mat like a dream. And guys, it's solid. Like, it was not going anywhere. I do have a very large silicone mat. Now, the one thing I will say you should really invest in is a little spray bottle just to use your water, because sanding resin without water can create nothing but a super foggy cloud of dust, and you don't want that. You want it watered down. Now, if you were with me a couple of videos back, I made this tray, and I said in that video, this tray needs sanding, but I'm saving it. I am saving it for another video, because I knew This was what I was saving it for, because guys, trust me, I didn't want to do it by hand. I knew that this machine would come through for me and we would be able to sand this piece that I've recently made on a video on this machine. Now, first up, never used this machine before, so I started off by using it with the machine. I want to call it the engine. The main beast of the machine is the handheld wand. Like I said, you can have it laying down in the machine like this, or you can take it out of the machine and use it in your hand like a heat gun, I guess, right? So at this point, I'm thinking, I don't know what's going to be working best, but guys, seconds. I'm not even kidding. I was almost scared of the machine at this point, because in literal 3 seconds, it absolutely took the sharp edge immediately away. Immediately. And I was immediately thinking, you don't want to mess with this machine. It's a beast, all right? So read all of the instructions. It is going to sand your resin down beautifully. And I was already excited because the hard work here was done. I knew at this point I no longer needed to sand anything by hand ever again. This machine was it. And I also knew that this right here is how I personally will be using this machine from now on. Now, again, this machine does it all. So many ways to use it. But for me, this is it. I realized that actually holding it in my hand and sanding directly down onto the bottom of my tray is the way forward. It's not ideal that my tray has already got cork feet on it, but I did that for the purposes of the video. And honestly, it didn't even interfere with the cork feet. It was so easy. So easy. It was demolishing the sharp edges within seconds. Now, the only thing I did do at this point was swap the large head attachment for the smaller one, because I was like, Claire, it's way too big. You need to go to the smaller one. It's going to do a much better job. Now, again, you can use it with the, the foam pad, or you can use it as a really hard sand. I decided for ease, I'll use it with the foam pad. At least this way, I'm not going to carve giant crevasses out of the side of my tray. So I attached the smaller head. I also put the foam soft pad on it. Then I attached my sanding disc, my sandpaper. After a really I'd say generous. After a generous spray of water, it was time to get to work. And because I've got that soft foam pad on it, I can kind of like work it. I can work the machine over the edges. Now, I did do quite a few passes on this, but it really wasn't that necessary. I'm not like pushing down on this machine with all of my strength. I don't need to. The sandpaper is doing most of the work. And because I've got the foam on it, any slight little push is not going to damage my resin, if that makes sense. Guys, this edge, I can't explain it. I wish we had touch-o-vision here, because this is unreal. It has taken off this super crispy, sharp, dangerous. I say dangerous, guys, if you know resin and you've ever got a cut from your sharp edges, you know. It's gone. Completely smooth, gone completely. Now, the reason I'm excited about this is because these molds specifically have got a multifaceted druzy edge, and they are higgledy-piggledy, guys. They are super beautiful, but when it comes to sanding those edges down, if like me, you didn't use enough resin, oh my goodness me, they're not easy. They are not easy, and this machine has just taken all of that away, all of it, because within seconds the edge of this tray was as smooth as the rest of the bottom of the tray. Like, it was so easy to use. And again, I don't muck about, guys. I really don't. I can't tell you how much this is going to transform things for me. If you've been with me a while, you all know me and sanding. We go back. We don't even have a love-hate relationship. We have a hate relationship. And I'm just excited for the future now. I'm excited that the wear and tear in my hands, because trust me, the pain is real. I am midlifing, and this is going to take all of that away for me. And I'm happy. So happy right now. I have got the gorgeous, most smoothest edge. Now again, look, you can see I'm not going into too much detail on this machine because I know how I'm going to be using this machine, and it's mostly going to be for sanding. Am I going to take a sanded pebble and polish it back to crystal clear, clarity, sparkly resin? Highly unlikely, guys. Highly unlikely. But Wendy from Team Pish Crafts did it, and wow, what a transformation. Wendy used the polishing disc like I'm showing you here. Just, you know, take it off, put it on. Wendy used the polishing disc. She also used some polishing compound. I don't have any of that, and equally, Wendy has more patience than me. So again, this machine will do it all. If you want to create a sphere, if you're really into pyramids or resin spheres, this one's for you. You can sand that sphere back all the way down to, you know, whatever grit. And then you can go through all of the grits all the way up to 5,000 with this machine. And then you can use your polishing attachment to bring it back to clear, beautiful resin, just like Wendy did in her video. So do check out Wendy's video. Do check out the Let's Resin detailed description of this machine, where they really, really, really go to town. They show you practically everything you could ever want this machine for. But guys, I'm happy at this point. Thank you so much to Let's Resin for sending this over to me. Will I ever use that polishing attachment? Yeah, I've got no doubt I will, but I'll probably use it as a handheld wand again, you know, just to get those edges, with or without the soft pad. Now, right here is where I decided, let me have a play with these. Now, this was a few videos back now. Not my favourite results. Absolutely not. I'm always brutally honest with you guys. If I don't like what I've made, I'd tell you. But I share the video so that we can not make the same mistakes. Some of you actually really liked them and said it reminded you of like autumn going into winter. So you've got that first frost or that first snowfall. But they weren't for me. But also I overfilled the moulds, right? So they've all got this lip, and I thought, well, let me try the machine sanding down this lip. Now, two things here. I can't even hold the gem in my hand. It was like, you know, to quote Julia Roberts, it was a slippery little... It was flying all over the place. I edited quite a bit of that out. I kept dropping it. I ended up going down a brutal route, and I took away the foam pad. I thought, you know what? I need to take away the foam. I need to have a hard sand. And I put on a really, really tough, rip your skin off grit to try and get the bottom of this pendant as flat as I possibly could. Now, guys, I did persevere. I did stick with it a while, but it flew out of my hand more often than I really want to talk about. So I gave up because I am quite a quitter. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I will quit if it's not working for me. Now, I can't show you this one because it is a future video, but it literally took that edge off. I can't even, it literally took 2 millimeters of overspill off in a heartbeat. And for me, I'm going to use this. It's all about the bottoms. It's all about the base. Yeah. It's, for me, this is where this machine is going to shine. It's going to come into its own, and I am going to love this machine for eternity, because for me, it's the sharp edges and the bases of my pieces that always need the attention. And I've absolutely no doubt in my head this will work for your eco pouring as well. I know it says resin, but guys, there's absolutely no reason why this won't work for your Jesmonite. This will absolutely work for your other eco pouring mediums. So yeah, I'm super happy. Really, really happy. Thank you so much to Let's Resin. If you are interested, all of the details are below. Don't forget, next video coming up right now here on my channel. So if you've got the time, come join me over there as well, where I'm not only making some stunning autumnal tray with Let's Resin's resin, I'm also using this machine again in the next video. So come on over if you've got the time, and I will see you there.